Okay, so now if you've erased anything that you want, cleaned up your drawing a little bit, now we can start with paint. So the first step is to grab your paintbrush for the day, which is a Q-tip magical tool, and just dip it in whatever color you're using, whatever color you choose to use first. It doesn't matter if you have one color, two colors, three colors, four colors. You can still make dots with your paintbrush and make a beautiful picture. So let's get started. I'm gonna dip in orange first, I think. What color are you gonna do, Angela?
I'm gonna start with blue for my butterfly.
Ooh, I like it. Okay, and then just start dotting it on your paper and filling in the shapes that you made, wherever you want this color to be. And if you start to run out of paint, just dip back in.
So, have you ever used Q-tips as a paintbrush before?
You know, there's first time for everything, and this is my first time. It's pretty fun, I will say. I've never used a paintbrush like this, and I like it. What do you think?
I like it too. The reason why we picked Q-tips to use today is because when you put one dot down and keep putting dots down, it takes your little dots into a bigger picture.
Yeah.
Just like the pointillism we talked about earlier.
Yeah. So you're just doing the same thing that those famous artists Van Gogh and Seurat did in your own painting. So I'm gonna give you a close-up look at my painting so far and then show you a little trick for if you're ready to get a new color. So here's my painting. It's the start of a sun, and you can see how I've started to fill in the circle with little orange dots.
And here's what my butterfly looks like so far. Just use little dots to start filling in the wings and the oval body.
And I really like the orange that I'm using, but I have a couple more colors that I want to try. So I'm either going to grab a new Q-tip to start a new color, or Q-tips have two sides, so you could just use the other side. Here's a trick for flipping your brush around. So if you're using the other side of your Q-tip, you don't want to grab the top where the paint is and get paint on your hands. So just flip it over. So if it's this way, flip it over, grab it in the middle, and just hold it by the middle. And that way it's not as messy. But here we go.
So what color will you choose next?
You know, I think I want to try pink. I've never seen a pink sun, but I imagine a pink sun. I think that would be kind of cool.
I think a pink sun
I like the
could
color
be
pink a lot.
Like sunset.
Ooh, you know what? You're right. You reminded me I have seen a pink sun at sunset. Cool.
I think I will use some red.
Ooh. I like it. I like it. And it's cool that you're using blue and red with your purple sheet, Angela, because blue and red together make purple.
I was thinking
Crazy,
of that.
Right?
So if you only have a couple colors, you could blend them a little bit to make more colors. But you gotta be careful with that, because you don't want it to turn brown.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, so if you have blue and red, you could mix and make purple. If you have yellow and blue, you could mix and make green. If you have red and yellow, you could mix and make orange. So lots of ways to be creative with the materials that you have. All right. So I think I'm done with these colors. Get a new Q-tip and try some red. Do my sun dots. So the colors that I've chosen for my sun, red and pink and orange and even the yellow paper, are called warm colors. I like to think of these colors as kind of like the colors of fire, the colors of the sun or the sunset, things that are really warm, and that's why they're called warm colors. Also, some people say that if you look at them, they make you feel kind of like warm and happy and cheerful. So those are the warm colors, where some other colors like blue and purple, like Angela's using, and even green, are called cool colors. And those are cool because they remind you of things like water and nighttime and what else is blue and purple?
Like calm.
Yeah, they make you feel kind of calm.
Cool.
Yeah. So it's cool to think about how colors represent so many things and how they can like make you feel a certain way. It's pretty amazing.
So, do you want to show them what you've got with your new
colors?
colors?
So here in the middle, I have kind of a half orange, half pink sun right now. And I've got about half of my sun rays done. And as you can see, I'm just making, like I filled in the circle with the dots. And I'm just making lines coming out from the circle as my sunbursts and my rays. And so yeah, I'm just really just tracing and coloring in the drawing that I made earlier.
And I have my blue and red dots that I'm just putting in and making some butterfly wings.
Nice. It's looking really good.
Yours too.
So cool.
I think I'm ready for another color.
Ooh, okay.
So I'm gonna be careful with my Q-tip because it's wet on both sides, but I might use it again later. So I'll just put it right there. And I'll take some green.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Angela, have you ever seen a butterfly that looks like that, or is that from your imagination?
I guess I've never really seen that much of a blue butterfly, but I've seen like orange butterflies.
Oh, me too.
Yeah. So I guess my picture is just from my imagination. Just some colors that I like.
But that's the best part about art, because you can really make it anything that you want it to be. And that's the really cool part, is it just shows a little bit about who you are. Because it's unique, it's part of your own imagination, plus what you see in the world. It's pretty cool. So I'm just adding some red dots to my circle of my sun to the middle to kind of bring it all together. But I think my sun is just about finished. Maybe I'll get my old Q-tip, being careful to hold on to the middle part, and I'll just add some more dots. Okay. All right, so I think I'm all finished with this one. I'm gonna get a pencil and sign my name at the bottom. Just like any great artist should. Okay, and I'm gonna give you all a closer look at what I did. So here's the sun from far away. You can see the middle of the sun and all the rays. And from far away, it looks like a sun picture. But if you move in really close, it just looks like a bunch of dots. So sun, dots. Ta-da!
Very nice.
Yeah, so that's the cool part about pointillism, is it can be two totally different things depending on where you're standing or looking. So if you look really close, all I see your dots. But if you move far away, whoa, look at that really cool picture. So I think I'm gonna do another one because we've got some time.
And if you're still working like me, just keep working.
Yeah.
And if you want to do another picture later, now you know how to do it.
You right. All right. I think I'm gonna get my supplies together.
So what do you think you're gonna draw next?
So I think I might do an example for any artists out there who are looking for a challenge. And maybe we'll try to do some shading.
Oh.
Yeah, so let's think about this. I think I'm gonna draw an apple because I know a lot of artists who like to draw apples and I think it's kind of cool when they do. So it's kind of a funky shape. It's not quite a circle, but it's kind of circular and round. And it has a leaf coming off the side. Yeah, I think I like that. And I don't know, I don't think my apple is going to be floating like my sun was. I'm going to put a table on in the background, like a line, to give it a place to sit. So if you take a look, here's my apple. Okay, and I have a couple lines that I might erase a little, but really, even if you didn't have an eraser, you could just cover it up with the paint. This is just the skeleton for our paint to go on later. Okay, so if you have a couple of colors, like me, and you want to try some shading, or you know what, maybe we'll just start with one color and we'll do shading with one color and then we can add in some more. So if you have one color or more than one color, you can try this technique out. So usually when you do shading, you want to pick where the light's coming from, or where you want to have a shadow. So I think I want a shadow is just like where it's darker on the picture. So I think I want this part to be the dark side and this part to be the light side. And we'll go from there. And you don't have to try shading, but if you're feeling up to the challenge, you totally can. So I'm going to start with just some red because
We only have 2 more minutes.
I know a lot of apples are red. Okay. And I'm going to put a lot of red close together to be my shadow. So, whoa, Angela, that is so cool.
Thank
I
you.
love it. All right, so if you're with me and you're doing some shading, you did your shadow, and you just put all your dots really super close together in your shadow. So I'll show you a little closer up. So my dots are so close together, most of them are touching, and that's where we're gonna start. We'll move on to some lighter shades next.